Pull the trigger.
What's up, my peeps? Welcome back to another video, and today is going to be the video y'all chose, the one that get the most votes, which is how it all started. What I meant by this is how I started YouTube, what my life used to be before YouTube, who am I, what am I, and what is my backstory. I don't really know how to start this, but we'll start from the very beginning. When I was a young child, we lived 95% of my childhood in the woods and had our own land and things. And I wasn't really social, so me making friends wasn't that thing that was the best. I was probably the worst at. And then, like, for a long time there, I used to live in Texas. So, like, where I grew up, we said y'all, you all, and things, and I remember moving where I'm at now, which is saying that, they'll look at you, be like, you're a fucking idiot, holy cow. YouTube's ratings are YouTube. I'll have to bleep that one. But we're not here for that. But I came from Texas. I lived most of my life there. I remember I did have some friends, and that was good, but I never really had internet. Though, how many times am I gonna say somebody count that. But I remember having a TV, which I watched a lot. I worked with my dad a lot too, so I was always outside. I remember digging up the yard. We'd have a little spot of dirt that would be like an inch by inch, and then it ended up in like 2 hours being a 6-foot hole, 20 feet long, 20 feet wide, 6-foot hole full of dirt. I had a great imagination when I was little, so there'd be roads and things everywhere. So that was something I did back when I was little. I would play in the dirt. I'd have construction toys, and it would be that thing. I grew out of those, and now I'm not really into that stuff anymore. I do modeling stuff, but that's the closest thing as a toy you'll get to me to, is model railroading or just modeling, but that's me. I remember living in Texas. My dad owned the trailer, my mom owned the trailer. This was back when my mom was the Burger King of Lufkin, Texas. Not the Burger King, was the manager of Lufkin, Texas Burger King. And she was there for a good 6 years, I want to say. I'm not sure. But we had our own trailer. Me and my dad, we built a lino set. And this, I didn't really have many friends. Again, we lived in the middle of nowhere. You call the police, they won't show up until like an hour after you're probably dead. So you gotta remember, I didn't have many people near me anywhere. So that was that. So we lived there for a good couple years, met my grandpa for the first time, and this is where YouTube came involved. YouTube came into my life around the time we moved, and this was back in like 2015, I want to say. So not that long ago, actually. I found YouTube. I remember the first YouTuber and the first video I ever watched, which was an unboxing of a 1/64 scale toy thing. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like a fire truck thing. That was the first video I ever watched. It had like 12 views back then. Now it has like 130. I can't even find that video anymore. It's been taken down for copyright reasons and things like that. But I remember that video. I loved it, and then I got into YouTube. Didn't have a phone. I used my mom's phone like once every month to spend like 15 minutes of watching one video. So I wasn't addicted to it back then as I was today, which probably a good thing, but a bad thing at the same time. I was still into playing in the dirt, so that's what I did most of my time. Then we moved from Texas, we moved to Tennessee, And this is where everything in my life kind of changed. Here's where we had internet, and this is where I got into gaming. This is the first gaming console and things I ever played, and we moved here around 2016, so it was about the time, I think. And the first game I ever played in my life was Super Mario on the Wii, and I remember playing that. I loved that game. We played it nonstop. Me and my parents, they loved it too. We would play together as a family. We beat the game. We would start up a new game and play a new game. Beat that game, start up a new game. We loved this game. And I remember by this time we didn't actually have beds, so me and my brother were sharing rooms and we were actually sleeping on the floor. We weren't the richest family in the world, so once we moved from Texas, our rating of living, like with money and things, went down the drain. We used to be okay, and now we're kind of in that part where we're poor. If I did a room tour right now, you would see me sleeping on a couch, and my YouTube setup's not even a YouTube setup, and the only thing I'm using is phone. But I'm doing decent for myself. But yeah, that was my life. I slept on the floor. I slept on the floor for a good 3 years, and now my back hurts, so that's me. And then after Tennessee, we moved to Illinois, which was not much. And we moved from Illinois, stayed there for like a month, moved to Indiana, lived there for 2 months, went back to Texas, lived there for a month, and then it was the long journey of coming back to Illinois, which was the worst pain of my life. We lived in a hotel for like a year. And I remember for 6 months we slept in the damn car. It was a pain, and to this day I regret it. It kicks me back in the ass. My back has been killing me lately, which really sucks. And we got to Illinois, and I got my first phone, which was amazing. It was at a park, and I remember it not having a battery because my parents didn't trust me, and that day I begged them for a battery. And this is where it all started. Josh BNSF, I thought of that name that day. I got the phone, and I didn't know how to create a YouTube channel and things. I didn't really know what YouTube was. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I remember recording a movie by sitting back on the couch and watching a movie by recording this movie, and I'd watch it every night before I went to bed. Thought that was the coolest thing ever. And I remember doing that. That was a fun experience. I remember this is like the first time me and my brother seen a bed in like 2 years, so it was the best thing. It was a bunk bed. We loved the thing. I hate sleeping on the top bunk because I'd wake up in the morning, hit my head on the ceiling, and be like, "Holy cow, my head's killing me now. Mom, can I stay home from school?" Get told no. That was fun. And I got on YouTube, watched a bunch of fire truck videos and things, and videos that annoyed my parents because I'd play it too loud and they would tell me to shut it off. And then this is when it kind of all started. I kept the Josh BNSF name in my head for a good 4 years in my head. Excuse me. And I remember thinking of that name nonstop, thinking that'd be a cool YouTube name. And this is where, like in 2017, I can't remember, I kept thinking of that name and I kept looking up how to create a YouTube channel. I created a Google account. That didn't work out. Then I got an email that I did like, and then I kept this email, changed the password. It worked out perfectly, and I put the YouTube name as Josh BNSF. It has been like that since, and it will never change in the future. I don't know. And I remember doing this, and my first logo was actually a picture of a train. Then a couple months later, I hit 10 subscribers. I got a logo that actually said Josh BNSF. It was a Minecraft logo. It was shit, and I'll never use it again. I think my friend still has an image of it. If he does, I'll pop it on the screen now. If he doesn't, then I can't do it. And then I have a couple other images I put. Like, one was just a random paint drawing on my parents' PC that I put, and that didn't work out. It's still my Google image actually, so if you go to Google Plus, if that even still exists. It will be there, and that's the background image. And then I came up with the most pixelated, but the best art I ever did on my parents' PC, and that was the red and yellow and black logo of the Josh BNSF. It was so pixelated. But back when I made this, guys, you gotta remember, I thought it was amazing. My friends thought it was amazing. My 2 friends did. They supported me all the way. And this thing was like the best. I kept this thing for so long. I kept it for 2 years. And then it was time to upgrade. This was back when I did tutorials. Somebody commented saying like, your thing is so pixelated, but you make this good of art. And this is where the black Josh BNSF, black and white Josh BNSF logo came from. Was from that comment there. And I kept it, and to this day it stays. I really like it, and I don't want to change it. And then I got into thumbnails right around the mark I created that banner. Wasn't the best thumbnails. It was a pain. I didn't enjoy it. And then I decided, yeah, I'm not doing thumbnails. And now, to this day, that's like my favorite thing about YouTube, is making those thumbnails. Really, really fun to me. I really enjoy it. Then I found Vanoss Gaming around the time I changed it from the thumbnail packs to trying to make them better. I found Vanoss around there. I really laughed, and then I think around just like a year ago. Yeah, it was like 2 to 1 year ago. I can't remember. He posted, "You write Vanoss Gaming outro song," and I posted that, and my channel boomed. It went from like 104 to 902 in like 2 months, which was like, oh my god, that was amazing. Or it was like 400 subs probably. I probably exaggerated there for a minute, but I was so happy. My fan base got bigger. I was happy, and then ever since then I've been doing the Vanoss outro songs, and to this day I'd love to meet Vanoss Gaming, tell him what I do, get support from him for doing it, or get told to F off from him. One of the two would be great. And to this day I make videos on YouTube for fun. Don't really care anything else, but I love making these videos for fun. And then somebody just recently, I'd say about 9 months now, I found that you could get paid for doing YouTube. And yeah, people ask me, am I gonna get paid? I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna happen probably, because I'll probably get bored of YouTube and get a real job in the late future. Or if it happens, it happens, but I don't care for numbers. I don't. They're a big milestone. I'm happy when I see them. They make my day, but they're not something that I really care about. I'm not a big math person, so numbers to me are just like those things that are evil. But I'm not really that funny, according to a lot of people. I actually been bullied most of my life, so me being funny, it would be very rare. What else? Yeah, that's really simple. That's why I kind of don't post videos of me talking, because I'm not funny. And I know I'm not funny, and I never will say I'm funny. People may think I'm funny, but me, I'm not funny to myself. I really don't find much things funny. I'm one of those people, which I'm trying to be social. YouTube, I think, to me, is helping me out the most of being social, because I have all you guys out there to talk to, and you all give me good response. Don't get me wrong, there's those haters, but who cares about the haters? I love to see them, and the reason why I love to see them is because they're haters, and why not have a couple haters? So that's how my YouTube lifestyle has came to me, and yeah, it's pretty simple, pretty obvious. I'm not a funny person. I lived in the country most of my life. People say my accent goes southern once in a blue moon. You'll see that in the future, probably, if I ever talk more in my videos and things I don't really know. And that's really it. That's how my YouTube thing started. I get no support from my parents for doing YouTube. Dad thinks it's a joke. Mom, she just don't care. She says congrats and moves on. Brother, my two brothers are like, yeah, just don't care. And then my sister, has a child, so she really just don't give a shit. But y'all mean a lot to me, just letting you know. So if you are having troubles out there and you need help and you don't want to talk to your parents or anything, talk to me. I'm probably the nicest person you'll ever meet. Truthfully, I have helped so many small YouTubers out there trying to make their fan base big, and you can ask so many people like Lucky Girl Gamer, Legit, Bubble. There was one nut guy. I don't know what that was for, but yeah, I remember helping all these small YouTubers. I try to help a lot, guys. I try to be friends with all you. If you meet me in person, it'll probably be the most awkward thing in the world. And that's gonna be it, guys. Have a great day, and like always, goodbye.